to the abuse of Kenyan women by some Kenyan men for what they described as provocative dressing. The script is by Solomon Mensah, a freelance journalist, and presented by Tei Kiche.
Last week, some Kenyan residents attacked, harassed, and tossed a young Kenyan lady around by the dyes on the slippery surface of a ludo for wearing what they described as a provocative skirt. Indeed, the miniskirt attackers took off the unknown Nairobi woman's miniskirt, giving room for the hungry eyes of the sea of people around to feast upon her nakedness. The unfortunate incident immediately went viral on social media. The video, which could be termed as a gruesome display of lawlessness by the Kenyan men, reduced the woman's dignity into rags. The woman's crime was simple and straightforward. She had worn a skirt which the men attackers described as only a little bigger than a handkerchief, a dress code the group of young men disapproved, calling it provocative to onlookers. The 1 minute 27-second long video again showed the woman being beaten and paraded heartlessly along the streets. This shameful act by these rowdy folks must be condemned by any discerning mind, irrespective of being a citizen of Kenya or not. It is therefore not surprising that most Kenyans, shortly after seeing the video, took to Twitter with the hashtag #MyDressMyChoice to send a message to the attackers that women, like men, must be respected in the society. Women have suffered all forms of abuses from some unscrupulous men in our societies for far too long. More often than not, men are left off the hook to go about their activities without being apprehended in any way. Are the attackers saying that they have not cited some men who pulled their trousers below their waistline to expose their boxer shorts? A dress code referred to in Ghana as autofista. Has any of the autofista men been stripped naked in public before? So why must it be done to women? On the 16th of this month, majority of women in Kenya, supported by well-reasoning men, hit the streets to protest against the act of stripping women. The protesters adopted the slogan, "My dress, my choice," chanting women must be allowed to wear what they want. Sadly, before the protesters could take respite from their long walk for freedom, another Nairobi woman was again stripped of her skirt and the other cloth on her totally removed by another crazy bunch of lawless men, and the woman subjected to brutality from these men. However, the director of Kenya's public prosecution has ordered the Criminal Investigation Department to probe the incident. But before the law takes its course on the attackers, we must not forget to ask ourselves some questions. Can any member of the society determine what one can or cannot wear? Who, as a member of the society, is given the right, as the moral police, to arrest and strip women of their miniskirts because such dress is seen as indecent? Is it not true that the attackers' victims could be their mother, sister, wife, or even girlfriend? If this abominable practice is allowed to gain roots, then the law, as the guiding principle of society, becomes useless. The Kenyan woman must learn something from the Kenyan example. Apparently, you may freely walk about in town in your skimpy dress, regardless of the law prohibiting indecent dressing. However, one does not know when such a bunch of lawless men will spring up here to pounce on any woman when she least expected. For the attackers, they must now realize that enough is enough. Our elders say that when the handshake goes beyond the elbow, it ceases to be a friendly gesture. Inasmuch as most people, and for that matter society, abhors indecent dressing, does not mean that women must be subjected to public humiliation for what they wear. It is about time the Kenyan law enforcement agencies rose to the occasion to ensure that the rule of law worked without inferences. It is time that here in Ghana, women also come to understand that dressing skimpily does not mean you are hip.
News commentary discussed what happened to some women in Kenya for indecent dressing and lessons that the Ghanaian woman can learn from. The script was by Solomon Mensah, a freelance journalist, and presented by Tei Kiche.
Business news.